like I said, this video is of something that Ed shared on our private chat, and he says it reminds him of me. Like I said, I already think I know where he's going with this, but just to counter what he said, I think this reminds me of him as well.
Okay.
Ed, what's the name of this dude? What's his name? Andrew. Andrew.
Andrew Tate. Everybody knows him.
Nope.
I know him. I
I
never
don't know
met
him.
say other than Tatum. Tatum. Tate.
Tate. Andrew Tate. Cobra
Okay.
Tate. Top G,
Um.
#1 striker.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That he always calls himself that. He always while he's talking to you, I'm the top G. No,
Oh, so
no,
you're familiar. You're familiar with Andrew
yeah, I
Tate.
watch him. I watch him a lot.
Really? You get inspired by him.
Yeah. Man.
I didn't think you would know who he is. So you
No,
think this guy's legit or what?
I think he is fake it until you make it.
So you
type
say
of
he's
person.
faking it.
Wait,
He's
wait, wait,
faking
wait,
it,
hold
you
up.
say.
I think he is exaggerating a lot of things, but he is very smart. Very,
I'm curious,
very,
what exactly is he exaggerating?
well, okay. So I do think he has money. I think he has
Okay.
skills. I think he is very strong. I seen him practice and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like I wouldn't mess with him. Like I'm talking because I'm like mad far away from him, and he don't
Yeah.
know where I'm at. But this video I didn't like. Like it took me, it got like my bad sight. When he like was saying, "Oh, we are mafia." Well, basically we are mafia because if I was to call somebody, they would do some damage and da 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 da. And yeah, of course he got money. Uh, you're always gonna have those second hand type of person that
Yeah.
is willing to do anything to show you like they are worth whatever.
So how is he exaggerating? We're going on a whole story here.
Think he's just putting himself out there to be in a way better position than he is. Like he's
How? Like, what is he exaggerating? You're saying he doesn't have all the money that he claims that he has.
Oh, for example, this is how he reminds me of you before he even starts talking. Negayan, you know who he is?
Nope.
Okay.
I want to see the video.
So he's the type of person that has a conversation with me, but the whole conversation, he wants to dominate the conversation. Okay, he doesn't even let you express what he's trying to say, and but this is my point of view. This is I could be wrong, and the guy, I'm not mad at him. Like I see what he's doing, but during his conversation, he's always letting people know, oh, I'm the smartest person in this room. I'm the strongest. I'm the richest.
So
I'm
wait,
the
let me
good."
stop you. Can I stop you? Is
Yeah,
there
yeah,
a chance that he actually is the smartest person in the room? We know he's the strongest. Usually, most rooms that he walks in, he's going to be the strongest, right? 6'4", world champion kickboxer. He probably is the strongest. So what if he just says it? What if he just says, "Hey, I'm the strongest"?
No. I'll show you this video that every 2 minutes he was like, I'm the smartest.
So you say smartest. This dude is a chess champion. He has an IQ of 145. His dad was a
And
world
I'm
champion
saying
chess
he is
master.
very intelligent and articulate. Like I love how he talks. I just think he's the type. Well, let's play the video.
What if
I don't know.
everything you say you can actually back it up? Are you not supposed to say it? Like I don't get it. Are you supposed to walk around with your head down?
No. But a certain humility would not do any damage.
Such a extremist.
All right, I'll play the video.
Okay.
Let's
go for it.
see.
You'd be addicted.
You didn't say. You know what's actually quite annoying when I speak to you young people. You're very amateur, and when I say amateur, is that you don't.
No.
You were hearing that before, Angel, right?
But yeah, I was. But just to prove, so we don't stay quiet while we fix this. Just to prove my point, man. Right there, you assumed that I had no idea who this was.
No, because usually when I bring people up, you don't. Like it's based off of reality. I'm not just doubting you for no reason. It's based off of my past experience with you.
That doesn't
Negayan?
All right.
click on.
Okay,
All right, I'm about
ready?
to play it.
Ready? I hope I heard. I heard.
Time you'd be addicted.
You didn't say.
now?
You know what's actually quite annoying when I speak to you young people. You're very amateur, and when I say amateur, is that you don't have a very firm grasp of the human language. When I said splash ice isn't even a flavor, your reply is, but it tastes nice. I didn't say it tastes bad. I said it's not even a flavor. Do you understand the difference between those two statements? It may taste fantastic, but the name splash ice does not constitute a flavor in your mind. It doesn't make sense. You may be able to imagine broken ice on the floor or ice with water on it, fine, but you cannot imagine a flavor in and of itself. That's why when I'm saying it's not a flavor, it's not a flavor. And your reply is that it tastes good. It tasting good has absolutely nothing to do with anything. That's not what I said.
Okay, he's addicted. He's
So
fully addicted.
let's avoid amateurism for the rest. Let's avoid amateurism for the rest of this broadcast. Please listen very carefully to what I say, because I'm very particular with my words.
Time you'd be addicted.
You didn't say.
Very articulate, very smart guy, man. I like the guy. It's just sometimes, in my opinion, he does too much. And I
But you say exaggerate. There's no exaggeration.
You're saying I'm the guy that sees like the ice thing as a flavor. But
No. The ice, that part of the conversation actually was not even important. What he said right at the beginning, he said, I said splashed ice is not even a flavor. You replied with it tastes nice. I never asked you if I never said it didn't taste good. I said it wasn't even a flavor. Yeah. Now let me explain to you why I thought of you. I'm gonna scroll up here, and this is a conversation we had, right?
You got WhatsApp.
You see it? You see all that?
Yeah, we see WhatsApp.
Okay. Where did I get this? Okay, we're scrolling up here. We're scrolling up here. And this is when you asked me about... Dude, don't tell me it's not even here. This is probably identified talks.
Yeah, because we don't really argue on the content.
Yeah, okay, this is it. This is it.
I know exactly what
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
You show me the picture. Let me see if I can do it. See, I don't even think it's gonna show up in a different window. But you showed me a picture of the torture device that was put on the woman that was nagging her husband. And I said, well, what if your woman was legit terrorizing you? It seems like you modern day people want to always play like women are innocent victims. Everyone needs consequences. In 2022, the woman can literally do anything. I said, if your woman is legit terrorizing you, what can you do? Like, you should be able to do something. I'm not saying maybe that. Now, here's where you go. But it's not fair to publicly humiliate a woman for having an opinion. You see what you did there?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You do that all the time. So that's what led us to this whole argument of you redefining. I said terrorize, and then you equated terrorize with having a difference of opinion. Everyone does this, by the way. It's not like you. It's everyone does it.
No. And it's fine. Thank you for calling me out on that. But the problem is that you are not looking at the whole point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is, okay, very often, and this is you right here, you don't let one explain itself, and therefore you form this very enclosed idea.
No, what's going on is I listen to your words, I analyze them, and then the moment you slip up or you try to redefine a word or you're answering something that never got asked, I have to step in and say, hey, hold up a minute. You have to do that.
But hear me out. Let me just put out there what I'm trying to say real quick.
Okay.
And but I know you're gonna still, at the end of this conversation, you're still gonna stand where you stood this whole time. So okay. Regardless of what, it's fine. I just wanna make sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. So by definition, terrorizing somebody and nagging on somebody, and then just having an opinion are three different things. Do you agree?
Yes. You're correct,
Okay.
sir.
So we agreed that this far, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that by definition, or by history, okay, just look at history. By history, by looking at history, you can tell that throughout time, people have been missed. Like when they form an idea of something, and we let's say the Bible, for example, people interpret the Bible or God's word in different ways, but it still says the same thing. But we come out to different conclusions, okay? And that is to do that is because of perspective, okay? And when you say that we all should have um, consequences to our actions, I agree. But we should all be held as humans, not as, are you a woman? Then I'm going to tolerate way less to you because women shouldn't have something to say. And that's my perspective. Now, I see out there that a lot of people are trying to empower women to the point to
But now we're
where
going
they
on
put
this
us
whole
down
story.
in order for them to be up.
It's
And that's
that's why I highlighted that word nagging. I never said that a woman should be punished for having a difference of opinion. That's
I'm,
crazy.
I'm not done. I hope by the time I'm done, you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. So nagging. Let's go with that word, nagging. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, By definition, nagging means a certain thing, right? But a lot of people, just because what you have to say is uncomfortable, and I
That is not
try.
nagging. We need to stop and define nagging. We need a proper definition of that word.
So nagging, in my opinion, the definition of nagging. Okay, this is of course without looking it up. I understand the definition of it. Okay, and that's when somebody is arguing about something. Maybe they don't even have a good point, right? And they just don't let it go over and over again and over and over again and over and over again, right? It goes a little farther than that, but I think that makes the point so far, right?
But
But what I'm trying
now
to
my
say,
definition, this may be why we argued or had a disagreement. Mine is actually, and this is why I posted the picture of Will Smith. This wasn't just one incident. This could go on for years. Someone just constantly just berating you. It could be slamming down cups. It could be slamming cupboards. It could be just bringing up constant arguments. This is wrong. That's wrong, and just constantly berating you. This could go on for years.
my definition
Yeah,
of nagging and stuff is that there right there. You're right. You're hundred
yeah.
percent right. What I'm saying is, you will find human beings who will call an opinion nagging. Not saying that you are that type of person, but there's still men who thinks that any opinion their wife has is out of place. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that
Have you
happens.
seen this?
Yeah.
So the minute you have something to say, it's considered nagging. I understand terrorizing over and over again. Sometimes getting violent, or sometimes purposely making you agitating. Causing a problem, pretty much. Okay, that's one thing. But there's people out there that we cannot be that loose in definition with. Okay, because they just okay. You said something. No, 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 no. Oh, even girls, women do this to men all the time. Okay, even let's say kids with curfews and stuff like that. Okay, there's people that just discipline people differently, and they think that you should be punished for arriving at 10:01. Well, you should have been here at 9:58 and not 10:01. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand what
It
you're saying.
just depends a lot. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, let me see if I find a better way of defining this. Nigga, do you understand so far? Am I doing a terrible job at defining what I'm
You're
trying to say?
doing a great job.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say is that
It can be misused, is what you're
I,
saying.
it can be misused, and it is misused all the time. Okay,
Okay.
and not just this. It's not just this, and that's the problem I find. It's not for everybody. Of course, you do know the definition, and I can tell you know the definition.
No, we both
But I
agree.
don't
We
know
both agree
how
on it.
extremist, how much of an extremist you are. Okay, first thing you say, out of place. I didn't ask you this question. Why are you nagging me? Haven't you heard somebody do that? Or
You
you always nagging? But even if the problem is different, let's say we got 60 problems. The minute I point out this problem and we solve that problem and say, hey, there's another problem, you're always nagging. That's how we come to use these things. Not saying me in particular, not saying you in particular. I'm just saying you got to be careful.
Okay.
I don't think public humiliation should be one of those punishments.
I,
But
I
we
think
all should
I
be
think
punished.
if we're talking about modern day, no. But if we're talking about the, I don't know, 1400s, yeah, I think that's acceptable. Back then, it is.
No, man,
Yeah.
back then, and that's what I'm saying, dude. I thought you were saying something else. Wait, hold up. Back then,
Yeah, it would have been. I said like
I-
today, no.
okay, in Middle Eastern countries,
Yeah.
still for the wife to have something to say, or for somebody to look into the eyes of your wife, you're in trouble.
For your
Not
wife to
only
have.
the person that looked at your wife eyes, but your wife for allowing your eyes to be exposed. This is how it is. Okay, should that be punished?
For what should be punished? If the woman exposes her face, is what you say?
Like her eyes, just you're not supposed to make eye contact.
So I
or
never
touch
heard about
her
that
face.
because you see those women walking around all the time. I never heard you weren't
No,
supposed
but
to.
this is here in America, not in their country.
I never heard of that. But let's say it's true.
I,
Let's
I,
say it's
I,
true. Should it be punished? Look, if you know what the laws are there, okay. Why are you doing it?
but if the laws only cater to you in particular because you just happen to be a man, I don't think that's fair.
That law actually does make sense. Everything they do over there actually does make sense. It does.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it does. It
I
does.
disagree. But okay.
So let me
back-
let me just ask you this: do you like? Can you give me a reason why they even do that?
Uh, yes. In my opinion, the reason why they would do
You start
something like
everything with your opinion, but okay.
what's that?
I say you start every sentence with your opinion. You make sure to do that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe.
But okay, what you got?
I'd say that the reason for that is to avoid certain conflict, right? But it goes both ways.
Like what? I have
Same
no
way-
idea. Like certain conflict, like what?
Like in between women and men and wife, okay? But that would be going to a
Between
little
men
too
and
far.
wife, like how?
So because they limit their wife, limit what they can do, what they allowed to do, but the guys are not limited in this way. But it's for the man to always be in charge. It's a setup.
So
for
you think the man has no limits, right? So if this man just goes over, right, to this woman, pulls off her hijab or whatever it is, says he just wants to get a look, grabs her ass, you think that guy is going to be okay?
The husband can do whatever he wants to the woman.
I just said if a random guy, so you said since
No,
it
no.
caters to the, if he just pulls off one of those women hijab or her, you know, whatever it's called,
There is obviously a problem.
and he
But
wants
you
to
know
get a
what's
look,
unfair?
and he
A-
wants to
a
get a
lot-
look, Angel,
Mhm.
he wants to fill her ass or whatever. Do you think that guy's walking out of that situation okay?
No.
Because
But
this,
the problem with that would be also that the woman in a lot of cases, the woman also gets in trouble. The woman also
you tell me
gets
these women
held
don't have
accountable.
these women don't have fathers, they don't have uncles, they don't have brothers, they don't. Okay, if you believe that.
So, I don't know. I don't live there. So
I honestly
can't-
think if you did that, I don't think it'd be the law that you would have to deal with. I think it'd be her family that you have to deal with.
Well,
Because when you have that type of traditional society like that, the people aren't like they are here in America, like you just said, you know, where we don't know one another. Our cousin is just some dude. Over there, they're tight. They're rolling deep. You mess with one of them, you got the uncles, the brothers, the cousins, everybody on you.
once you are married, right? And I don't know this exactly for sure, but I used to talk a lot to Barik, and Barik used to tell me like a lot of rules that the woman can't look at a guy in his eyes because if they happen to look at each other in their eyes, then even the woman pays for it. You understand? I'm not saying that the guy wouldn't be in the wrong. I'm just saying, just for that, like let's say me as a man, me knowing that I want to look at the girl, right?
Okay.
And if the girl just happened, I'm not saying that they wouldn't have the intention to do so, but even if they didn't, they end up paying for this. And I don't think that's equality. I don't think that's equal right there. I don't think it's equal that your woman, you get married to a woman and your woman got to look down all the time while you got plenty of girls. 12 girls, I think, is the limit.
Bro,
That you
I don't
have
know
enough
about
money.
this, man. I don't know about this. I see these
It's
women
something
all
like
around.
12,
They're
12
not looking
wives.
down at the ground, man.
And so in a lot of cases they are.
Angel,
Of
they
course, it
come here.
depends.
They're tourists. We live in Niagara Falls. These women are all over the place. They are not looking down at
No,
the ground.
no, 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 no,
I'm talking about the
no.
ones with the full black
Those,
everything. They're not looking down at the ground, man.
those those who come here is because they are a little more open, believe it or not, man. Okay? There's people who don't interact with other like there's people that will not come here to the US at all. And Barik has told me this, and he has no reason to lie. He has told me that there's people that hate the US. That
Um,
when he went back to his country, he wouldn't dare to say this is where he lives. He wouldn't dare to say he was a US
okay.
citizen.
Do you think they're wrong for hating the U.S.?
But that's not what it is. I'm just saying,
I
is
mean,
it
they're
wrong?
justified, like in hating the U.S. By the way.
I agree. Okay, I can see why.
But it's not what he said. It doesn't taste. Now you're doing the same.
So then again, whoa! I just thought I saw somebody behind me. Um, so so just I gotta finish up because they waiting for me. I gotta go. But listen, what I'm trying to say, Ed, you do have a great point. But the problem is it's not just black and white, and you always want to make things black and white, and this is in every single argument
Yeah.
is my point. Okay,
Because like
there
you're
is
saying what
guys
you're saying, and
back
it's
in the day, I'm telling you, and like I gave you this example. Back in the day, if a girl was too smart or if a black person knew how to read, that was punished. That's not equality right there. Doesn't matter in any instance or any example you want to bring up. There are exceptions, just like you said. Yeah, I like to pull the exceptions, of course, because it is not always black and white. That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, of course, does it happen like this and it should have happened like that and this and this and this and that? Yeah, of course, I get it. And, but it's not black and white, okay? If you tell me, hey, you know,
Angel,
Angel is
it is
known.
black and white. There's a proper definition and then an improper definition. You can't like say, well, this and that, and then edge cases. It's just like, come on.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But
like
back in history, man, even here in the U.S., there was people who their wife weren't supposed to be allowed to do this, or even ride horses, drive horses themselves, or whatever. And if they did, they would be punished. But why is it okay for the men to do that? You understand?
no, no, I don't care.
Okay. So let's go back to the nagging situation. Okay.
Yeah,
Me having an opinion doesn't mean I'm nagging.
no,
Me having something to say doesn't mean I'm
no.
nagging,
We can
right?
even disagree, have a full blown
But
argument.
but
That's not nagging.
but can we agree on this much, right? Can we agree that we will find people who would consider anything their spouse have to say, their significant other, their other half,
I
whatever you want to
countered that
call
argument, by the way. I countered that. My counter to that
it?
was sexual harassment. You have women who will so much you look at them the wrong way, and they're
Agreed.
running up to HR on you. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, should we just not even deal with that issue then? Because you do have some real creeps, right? So
Yeah.
do we just ignore the real serious issue because you
No,
have some people
because
who take advantage?
like I said, it's not always black and white.
And
So
you
yeah, no.
and you also have like racism, right? So you got these people like Jussie Smollett who are faking racism. There's real racism though, but he just faked it to his advantage. So what do? We just don't deal with it. We don't deal with it at all, even though when it's
we make
obvious.
we make choices accordingly based on the mistake or the infraction that was made
The
or
example I used was
crime
rape.
that was
Once again,
committed.
women will falsely accuse men of rape. So you still have real rape
once
cases,
again,
man.
once again, we decide things accordingly. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it that you did? Okay, is what we should be looking at, not who you are, what you look like, what color you are, what gender you are.
My thing is this: there's a rule that applies to people who do a specific thing, right? That doesn't mean, oh, you look at every edge case where someone can misuse it. I get it, that can be done, but I mean, still, it's just, why look at every edge case? It's like, once again, rape. Women use it to their advantage to falsely accuse people, but there are still real rapists out there. Just like there can be some evil husband who uses the nagging law to punish his wife. Like, but there are still wives who nag. Like, it literally happens. You probably didn't know this, but like in the late 1800s, men had the authority to just ship their women off to insane asylums. You heard about that? And you had these insane asylums just filled with women. Now that's crazy.
Yes.
That I can't even. That's just crazy right there. I can't get behind that at all.
We look into the infraction. We look into the thing that we actually did, not who it's coming from.
No,
It's not
but my
important where you
thing
come from.
with the insane asylum, that's just flat out wrong. I don't believe that any man should have the ability to do that.
Worse things than that. There was public lynchings. There was people who were being stoned publicly. There was people who would forced to wear certain things publicly. Even that thing you sent, that is public humiliation. And
But sometimes you do need that, Andrew. There's such a thing as like a legit punishment, man. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it is legit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't. I think that's going a little too far.
Like I think if you can like your wife is bothering you and then you can have her shipped off to an insane asylum, that's way too much. That's crazy. But hey, she puts on a metal mask, gets humiliated.
Wear a muffle.
Come on, Angel, for a day, bruh. For a day, she just walks around town, gets humiliated. That's it.
Nah, that's not cool. No, in no way that's cool, man. But also my opinion is coming from somebody who lives in today's age, of course, in the modern times. Back then it was a little more accepted. Well, it was totally accepted actually, and I'm not from that time.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can do anything now. Come on now, man.
Sometimes it just seems like you just don't care.
The insane asylum stuff, that is wild, man. And you just had these insane asylums just full of women.
Public humiliation it shouldn't be a thing. Anything that makes you feel lesser of a human being.
But she caused it.
But no, I get it in your opinion, right?
Yeah.
But the punishment you should receive should add up to what you have done. It should give you a lesson.
So what? So what should be the punishment for nagging then?
For nagging?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
What's the punishment then?
Nigga, I ain't come up with a punishment for nagging, man.
Indifference.
So you're there with Jada. Your wife is Jada Pinkett, and she's just terrorizing you for years. And I guess you just got to deal with that.
You just need to leave that girl. Like for real. He needs to leave that girl.
Ignore that shit.
I think back in the day, you couldn't just get divorced like that. I think that's another thing.
Will Smith is somebody else that he is good looking. He got everything going for him. He's quite smart as well. He's loved by so many people. Why attach to somebody like that? I don't know. So there's got to be something we are not seeing.
There is more than that we're not seeing. I mean, the reason, why is he in that position in the first place? I mean, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, of course, but that's a whole different topic.
I think when the kids were grown, it was time to leave.
And go wrong and disagreements and all these things, but obviously this is not something that he can first control or fix because it's been how long, right? So why just not distance yourself from something like this?
Because
Not saying that she's totally. Go.
in his perspective, he might have gotten used to the treatment that he doesn't even know what a better treatment would be, or what love would be, what loving would be. I mean, we get that the human gets used so quickly to whichever situation he's put in. We're flexible like that, but that's also if you don't look at it from an objective standpoint, then it's hard to encompass that capacity to even say, okay, this is bad for me.
I think you do have a very good point too. And also, we all want to find somebody who loves us for us. So anybody that comes after fame and money, I'm guessing you doubt, regardless of what, how genuine they might be. So
I mean, no, she met Will when Will was already like
no,
he
no,
was already
no. 'Cause she
famous.
was chilling with Tupac and stuff, and Tupac was way harder, way richer, way more
But
known
she
and
didn't
all that.
have him. She didn't have Tupac.
Oh, they were friends. Yes, I get it. But I'm saying like she was chilling with people like that. So it's
No,
not like
Will
she was.
Smith was pretty big too back in the day. Yeah, he was. He was a
He
rapper.
Yeah, he was.
he was a rapper, but not like Tupac is what I'm
No,
saying. He
because they
was.
would call him soft because he didn't cuss in his
Yeah,
raps and all that, and he was like real clean.
yeah, very clean. So that he was like the child rapper, but Tupac was the gangster rapper, of course. Um, so it's not like she was like out of the loop. She was around. She was around all that stuff. So it wasn't like oh my goodness. You know what I mean? She was already involved with people of the
Of that caliber, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Well,
That
that's all
is
I have
Will's
to say.
fault. It's his fault. As soon as she
I think
started comparing him to Tupac, he should have been out. As soon as his name came up, he should have been. You should have been checking that.
yeah, you should never do that. But no, I don't know if you should be out right away. Like, man,
A
there's gonna
warning,
be
something like,
many
come on.
ups and downs.
Yo, dude, his daughter was writing notes to Tupac, talking about I hope Tupac come back so mommy will be happy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like what is this?
You ever seen that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I seen
That's
it.
some messed up.
So mommy can be happy. Well, they were good friends though.
Come on, man. And how did that kid even know about Tupac? Like Tupac died before the kid was even born.
That's her best friend, man. She probably talks about it.
She talks about it on the show. She talks about it on she's posting about it everywhere. So
No, is
I,
she
I
really
probably
still
think she shared a story or two with her
Is
own
it
kid.
just convenient to talk about him, or she's still stuck on that?
What do you
What?
mean?
Like, anybody that talks about Tupac is gonna get clicks, right? Anybody.
Other
Okay.
Huh? So if she
um
talks about Tupac publicly, you think she's still in that place with Tupac, like mentally,
Who?
or
Jada?
is it just convenient? Yeah, Jada.
No, this happened years ago, man. This is even before internet
No,
was really
she
popular.
still talks about Tupac. Still,
Oh, I haven't heard her. I don't know.
she always mentions him.
She needs to
A,
get
a
over
lot
it.
of a lot of people actually ask her about him. Um, Even Will Smith talks about Tupac all the time. Well, not all the time. It's more than once, twice, 3 times, 5 times. Let's say, let it be 10 times. That's a lot to me. When he didn't have a personal relationship with Tupac, you understand?
But all right,
Um,
guys, I think this is good. You say you got to get out. We're gonna stop right here. This
I
ain't
do
going
have to
nowhere.
leave, but guys,